This case starts as a routine drug possession plea deal, but within minutes, it turns into something far bigger. A young mother stands before the court facing felony charges, but the real issue isn't just the drugs. It's the heartbreaking question hanging over every second of this hearing. Why did 5 children end up in CPS custody while their mother stayed tied to a toxic relationship? What you're about to watch is not just sentencing. It's a judge peeling back layers of bad choices, broken priorities, and the devastating consequences children suffer when adults refuse to change. The defendant came in hoping for probation and a second chance, but the court wants answers. Why were the children removed? Why was the boyfriend still around? And how do you claim to love your children while continuing the same behavior that keeps them away from you? This judge doesn't yell for drama. She uses logic, accountability, and raw truth. Every question lands harder than the last. You'll hear the court explain how one felony conviction can shut doors for life. You'll hear a brutal reality check about taxpayers raising someone else's children, and you'll hear one of the most unforgettable lines of the case. If you love your children, prove it. Stay locked in, because this hearing goes from legal procedure to emotional reckoning fast, and by the end, the sentence may not be the harshest part. The truth might be. Let us know in the comments right now. Do you think this judge was being tough or fair?
So you need to ask yourself why you chose a man over your 5 children. I would walk through fire for my children. I would give my life for my children. And CPS told you, well, we're not expecting you to walk through fire. We're not asking you for that. We're not asking you to give your life. The only thing we're asking for you is, Javier, we want you to not have any contact and leave him alone. And you can do that. Court is calling 2022 CR 3840, State of Texas versus Vanessa Castillo. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record for the state? And are you Vanessa Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, I'm showing you acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Castillo, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Castillo, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions, and so am I. Because Brenda, today is Tuesday and everybody wants to whisper, except for people who are not on the record. All right. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I believe she is competent right now.
All right. And do you believe she was sane at the time of the offense?
Yeah, I believe so, Your Honor.
Ms. Castillo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine to be probated. There is no application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. They will take into consideration County Court Cause number 688045, NIGHTMAG number 653017, and there's $57 restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motion?
At this point, the legal groundwork is complete, and now we're entering the most important phase, sentencing conditions. Notice what the state is asking for: community supervision, drug court, restitution, community service, and evaluations. That tells you something critical. The prosecution believes rehabilitation is still possible, but only under strict oversight. This is common in cases where addiction or bad associations may be driving criminal behavior. Instead of immediate prison time, the court can structure probation to force accountability. But probation is never easy. It often comes with testing, reporting, classes, curfews, and zero tolerance for violations. One mistake can send someone straight to jail. And here's the bigger question. When someone has 5 children already in CPS custody, should the court focus more on punishment or restoring that parent into a stable, sober provider? Because what happens next makes it clear the judge sees this case as bigger than drugs. It's about family collapse, responsibility, and whether this defendant is ready to change at all.
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and a referral to felony drug court. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense discharging the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, State offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection.
Ms. Castillo, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking to waive the PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. We just hope that the court will honor the plea bargain agreement.
All right, how old are you?
27.
And who is this person you were in the vehicle with? What is his relationship to you?
He's my ex-boyfriend.
Do you have any children?
I got 5.
What are their ages?
14, 10, 14, 10, 7, 5, and 4.
And where are they?
They're under CPS custody.
Is this the first time you've had interactions with CPS?
Yes.
All right. Before this happened, were you employed?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I was doing landscaping with my friends.
And is this person Javier?
Yeah.
How far did she go in school?
I have my high school diploma.
What are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Going back to school. Or getting me a good job and staying away from other bad things.
But what do you want to do? Like many times people have dreams. I always wanted to be an attorney. So I just focused on that and that's what I did.
Well,
what do you want to do? What do you want to be?
Become a detective in homicide.
This moment is devastating and important. The defendant says she wanted to become a detective in homicide, but the judge immediately explains how a felony conviction changes life permanently. This is something many people don't realize until it's too late. A conviction can limit careers requiring trust, licensing, background checks, or public responsibility. Law enforcement, healthcare, childcare, education, beauty licensing, and many other professions may become difficult or impossible to enter. One case can close doors for decades. But listen closely. The judge isn't mocking her dream. She's showing the cost of today's choices. Courts often see defendants focused only on surviving the present, not understanding the future damage being created right now. This is where courtroom reality hits hardest. It's not always prison that ruins your future. It can be the record you carry after release. What do you think hurts more, jail time now or lost opportunities for years afterward? Drop your thoughts below.
Well, let me just tell you right now, with this case, that's probably eliminated.
Yeah.
So there are some things that you can't do or that you've made more difficult to obtain based upon this case. For example, anything that requires a license, they're going to check your background. They're going to see this. And it's going to be difficult, if not impossible, for you to do that. So that means nursing school, doctors, even if you want to be a cosmetologist, that requires a license. All right. So is there a drug issue? Why is CPS involved in your life?
Because of my boyfriend.
And how long have your children been in CPS custody?
For going on a year and a half.
So when you were with your boyfriend, CPS had your children.
And here comes the emotional center of the case. The judge asks the question many people were already thinking. Why choose the boyfriend over your children? That is not just courtroom drama. That's the exact issue CPS cases often revolve around. Child Protective Services usually gives parents clear steps to reunify with their kids. Stay sober, maintain housing, attend classes, avoid dangerous people, and follow court orders. If a parent keeps returning to the same harmful relationship, the court sees instability and children remain in custody. The judge's frustration is obvious because this may have been preventable. She's pointing out that grand declarations like, "I'd do anything for my kids," mean nothing if the simplest required action, cutting off one destructive person, never happens. This is harsh, but many viewers will say it's honest. Love is not words in family court. Love becomes actions, sacrifice, and consistency. If you were the judge here, would you have said the same thing or gone easier?
Yeah.
So here's my question that I would always ask my client. People say they love their children. Why could you give up your boyfriend for your children?
I did.
Well, no, you were in the car with them. And when CPS took your children, I'm sure they told you that you need to leave this boyfriend alone because obviously there's an issue. If somebody needs a screwdriver to turn off a vehicle, that means that the vehicle is probably stolen.
Right.
I use a key for my vehicle.
Right.
I think everybody else did. So you need to ask yourself why you chose a man over your 5 children. Because a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old, maybe even the 14-year-old. You can't have these children and continue to give birth to children and bring them in the world and expect somebody else to care for them. Not my job. But since they're in CPS custody, guess who's taking care of your children? Everybody here who goes to work and pays taxes. You're not. You're not financially supporting them. You're not providing clothing for them. You're not providing shelter for them. You're not providing food for them. Your attorney is, he is, I am, everybody else who has a job. And I'm sure that CPS told you, and your attorney on the CPS side probably asked you, do you love your children? And I'm sure your answer was what everybody answer is, I would walk through fire for my children. I would give my life for my children. And CPS told you, well, we're not expecting you to walk through fire. We're not asking you for that. We're not asking you to give your life. The only thing we're asking for you is, Javier, we want you to not have any contact and leave him alone. And you can do that. So here's my little side advice for you. Your 14-year-old, 10-year-old, 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and 4-year-old, when CPS sets up visits for you and you're supposed to be clean and sober to see them, if you have no plans on being clean and sober, don't be breezing in and out of your children's life, getting their expectations up that their mom is going to do right and be right, and then constantly disappointing them.
Mm-hmm.
And as another side advice, until you get your life together, and perhaps if you want to get your children back, you shouldn't get involved in any other relationship with anybody else. You understand?
That's fine.
All right, this is what I'm...
Now the sentence arrives, and it's more strategic than many realize. The judge gives 3 years suspended and probated, meaning prison is hanging over the defendant's head, but she gets a chance to earn freedom through compliance. That is a warning wrapped inside mercy. Then comes the real pressure: drug court acceptance, CPS compliance, parenting classes, reporting requirements, employment deadlines, field visits, no contact with Javier, no unsupervised contact with minors, drug testing hotlines, and community service. This isn't freedom, it's structured accountability every week. Drug court in particular can be life-changing. These programs monitor recovery intensely and often help people rebuild. But if she lies about drug use or refuses to cooperate, the judge already made it clear they'll come back to court and do something else. That usually means harsher consequences. So the message is simple. This is your last real chance. Use it or lose everything.
Going to do? I'm going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 3 years. We're going to do a referral to felony drug court. You're going to remain in custody until drug court accepts you. And you need to be completely honest with them about your drug use. Otherwise, they're not going to accept you. If felony drug court does not accept her, do not release her. We're going to come back to court and I'm going to do something else. There's a $1,000 fine. That's to be probated. There's to be CPS compliance. So if you don't do what you need to do for CPS, you're violating the terms of your probation. Do you understand? I'm going to ask for parenting classes. Of course, as CPS is giving her parenting classes and she's joined them with CPS, that's fine. I don't want to duplicate services. Take in consideration county court cost number 688045, night mag number 653017. There's $57 restitution to SAPD for drug testing, 120 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do that, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation while in custody. There's to be weekly reporting to probation until further notice. And probation, if the weekly reporting, if she has children's visit on the same day that she has the weekly reporting at probation, then her visit with the children, if that's verified, that will be acceptable. I'm going to want UA hotline until further notice. And if she successfully completes CPS requirements, then we can waive the remaining of the community service hours. I'm going to want proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And there's to be no contact with Javier Jimenez Zaragoza. And if I could make it so that you could have no contact with any adult male that is not a relative, I would, but I'm not allowed to do that. And if I could say you're not allowed to have any relationships, intimate relationships with anyone, I would order that, but I can't do that. But you had better start putting your children first. Otherwise, you're going to lose custody of them permanently. Do you understand? All right, probation. Is there anything else that she needs?
You mentioned field visit.
Thank you. I'm going to want field visits. Tell probation, I'm sorry, but it needs to be 3 times a month. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Because what I've discovered, for some reason, people who have children in CPS care, their best friend always wants them to babysit their children, but you're not allowed to do that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else you need from me in order to be successful? All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
That's done.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
What began as a possession case ended as a powerful lesson about parenting, priorities, and consequences. The judge accepted the plea bargain, avoided immediate prison, and gave the defendant probation with strict conditions. But she also made one thing crystal clear. Getting the children back will require real change, not excuses. Legally, this was a balanced ruling. The defendant is punished through felony conviction, supervision, fines, restrictions, and compliance terms. Socially, it sends an even stronger message. When children are involved, courts expect parents to put them first, every single time. The final words: if you love your children, prove it, summarize the entire hearing. Not promises, not emotions, proof. Now we want to hear from you. Was this judge compassionate, brutally honest, or both? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
All right, good luck to you. If you love your children, prove it. All right.